and up-branding will be where most of the deals are going to be done in North America in 2010.
You get creative in an environment like this. Sometimes your organization, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to help people solve the revenue dilemma, and there's a lot of different ways that companies can solve their growth dilemma.
In a tough year to launch it, but we opened up 5 hotels, and that's kind of the upper middle mid-scale of the market, and we've got another 25 of those in the pipeline that many of them have broken ground. So we're encouraged by that. While I agree with what everyone's saying, conversion is going to be the largest portion of our growth in North America. But we believe that that will continue to grow for us. Internationally, we are seeing some good development in Asia. We've seen some good growth in Australia as well as Germany. But we're almost pacing the North American development the same as overseas, and we've got 1,800 properties internationally at this point in time.
How do you hope to get that critical mass for a new type of product in a very difficult development environment?
Our view is in that segment, in the upscale select service segment, we need to get to about 150 to 200 hotels. The only way that any of these new brands have been launched in the last couple of years to be successful is if the company has put their balance sheet behind it to really grow it.
We, one of the things that we've done quickly for our Aloft and Element and Four Points segment is we've really created a select service organization within Starwood that focuses on select service from a field marketing perspective, from a branding perspective, from a franchise operations perspective, a very focused, dedicated effort specifically for that segment.
Are we going to see more foreclosures, closings, bankruptcies, those kinds of things, versus just spraying and delaying?
We've had some meetings with some bankers out on Capitol Hill, and they're telling us they're going to take more banks. The FDIC is going to take more banks in 2010 than they did in 2009. When I'm spending more time with special servicers than I am with bankers, I know that the distressed assets are coming, and we're getting a lot of inquiries already by the special servicers of take a look at this asset, take a look at this asset. We're probably going to take it back. We're going to need a flag.
I think it's also going to be what lenders can take off their balance sheet and what hits they can take. So I think it'll be specific to the financing and to those lenders that are out there.
Can someone make it as an independent in such a tough economic and hotel environment?
From what I'm hearing from the lender and owner community, branding with a powerful distribution system and powerful brand names is certainly going to be one of the key things.
Brands are going to continue to be strong, but people are going to take a closer look at what that brand is delivering them.
I think right now, again, tying the trust to the consumer confidence, they want to know that they're going to get what they expect when they get there. And brands, I think, globally provide that security blanket that there is going to be some level of consistency and service they can count on.
The branding thing is not so much hotels as it is, a technological thing.
The people that, in a distressed scenario, that may be the likely ultimate owner or the next owner of that hotel are looking, to Tom's point, not just for the brand and the familiarity and the promises that brings, but also to the systems that stand behind that and the premiums that brand is capable of driving. And those of us that have frequency programs, that customer comes through all day long. I'll show you the premiums that individual generates in terms of rate and propensity to purchase, plus just the sheer volume of room nights that an individual will deliver on an annual basis. And
I got a Hilton or got a Starwood property, but I'm loyal to my points, even though they might be the same location or right next door to each other and the same rate, but somebody might be loyal to the points. Another thing is the brands bring us service. I mean, let's not forget, we're helping a lot with our franchisees today, and especially if you go international, one of the biggest things they value is actually helping them at the property level and training them to make sure they actually know how to run their hotels correctly.
The next step in that are these so-called soft brands, and I think Starwood has one, a collection. Choice has a Ascend collection. How does that fit into this sort of spectrum between the very distribution-oriented only brands and very hard brands?
Luxury Collection allows a property to maintain its independent identity if it's well known in a certain market, but also tap into all the very powerful distribution systems that we've discussed here at this table.
So here's an opportunity for this independent hotel to tap into a huge distribution platform and drive a lot of business to the hotel. But on top of that, they also get access to the freedom stay program, where they can get their points.
And I think that the segment is here to stay. And it's about kind of, getting over the misnomer, and some of these things just take time.
It's just economics now. The companies aren't spending even that kind of money to send people on the trips.
A final question I'd like to ask each of you. When you really think the hotel industry and maybe the segments that you represent will be fully back to full prosperity?
As a company, we're really optimistic. We think it's a good share grab opportunity for us as others bumble around.
And I think that then there's bigger increases in 2012, 2013, where you start seeing some real RevPAR gains.
Break it down into, how do existing hotels operate versus development. I think it's going to take a long time for development to come back because of financing.
But it's having a positive impact right now, the lack of development and bringing back occupancy for us.
Once we start seeing those RevPAR increases, that's when we're going to start seeing the development. The big question is going to be going forward for all of us going with development is what is financing going to look like going forward.
I think it forced us to kind of look at different areas, China, India, Europe, Middle East, as opportunity.
I think that we're only as strong as the individual that collectively makes that up. So our aspect always goes back to the health of the individual owner.
You're going to be able to see a full report of this in the March 15th issue of Lodging Hospitality, also online, and then we're going to have an edited version of it, of the video online as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.